Today I'm going to be doing something interesting and not ordinary, and that is a review on US Airways, an airline that no longer exists in 2022. This airline has actually not existed for 6 to 7 years. American Airlines bought them in 2015. They merged them completely. And yeah, before they were merged, they were part of the Star Alliance. And I'm going to talk to you about my experience with them and what I didn't like about them and what I did like about them and some of the cool things about them. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. That way, if you subscribe, you'll be notified about upcoming videos I make. And this month, I will be doing a review on Flair Airlines, a new Canadian ultra-low-cost airline. So you don't want to miss that. So make sure you subscribe. And also like. If you like, I will make more videos, and it really helps out my channel. So US Airways, their hubs were in Washington, National, Charlotte, Philadelphia International Airport, and Phoenix Sky Harbor. And they were a major airline. They didn't fly to Asia, but they flew to Mexico, they flew to the Virgin Islands, they flew to Canada, and they also flew to many European cities. So they were a major airline. They weren't the size of Delta, United, and American, but they were fourth after all of them. And they were part of, like I said, Star Alliance up until their merger. The things I did like about them was their plane livery. I thought it was a really cool livery. You know, I would say it's probably out of all the US airlines, my second favorite livery. You know, the stripes that were cool, you know. And the name I thought was quite cool also. And then in my experience, the staff and the flight attendants were very nice. I didn't meet anybody who was staff and was unfriendly, that wasn't attentive, and not professional. They also had some really nice planes. But now, I'm also going to talk about a really cool feature I liked. Them being part of Star Alliance and United being part of Star Alliance meant United and US Airways were partners. So if you had, say, reward miles with United, you could redeem them on US Airways, vice versa. But if you were a frequent flyer member of one of these airlines, like if you were a frequent flyer member of United, you could have those benefits and perks if you flew on US Airways, right? Like if US Airways could be more cost-effective in a certain instance, or the routes were better and more efficient, you could have your United frequent flyer benefits on US Airways and vice versa. So I thought this was a really cool perk because you don't see two major US airlines being partners. That's very uncommon, but in this instance it was common. Now, things I didn't like about them. And there's only one criticism I have from my experience, and this was if you were connecting onto an international flight. So I was flying from Portland to Phoenix, okay, and I was getting on a plane in Phoenix to Cabo. In Phoenix, you have to get your passport verified, so you have to go to this desk for international transfers to get your passport verified, even though they verify it in Portland when you check in and drop your bags off. You would get a stamp. So you had to stand in some line, and it was completely pointless. Just verify the passports in Portland. That's what every other airline did. Verify it when people check in. When people get on their international flights, make sure they have it with them. So, that's what I didn't like about them. Now, their livery. Their Airbus A321, which they had 93 of, were very nice. They were very new, big, spacious, and had a very nice ambiance. Now, their Airbus A319, which there was 90 in their fleet, were disgusting. They were awful. I've been on 2 of them. They were just really bad and old, run down, and the panel above was taped. There was duct tape. It was just broken. Like, the airplane was falling apart, okay? It wasn't good, and it was very dirty. This was not a great experience, and I remember quite well to this day. Same thing of their 767-200. You would fly on these transatlantic across the pond. As you can see the photos, old, outdated. There was no TVs. There was no in-flight entertainment. The only entertainment you had were the TVs and the bulkhead of the plane, and these planes were just absolutely outdated. You would be on this plane in 2013, 2014. The 767 they were in service up until February of 2015. Now, their Airbus A330 was really good for the time, 2010 to 2015. This was a really good plane, and it did have the seat back personal TVs that you could watch with a selection of movies and TV shows. So basically, you get lucky with them on the plane, you'll be on a very nice plane, or you'll be on a really old plane. Now, when it comes to the international flights that are across transatlantic, you are twice as likely to be on a new Airbus A330, but there's also that good possibility of being on a ran-down plane and domestic. It's really 50-50. Sometimes it'll be nice, sometimes it will be bad. So that is all I have to share about US Airways. Last time I flew them was I think around 7 years ago, which didn't feel that long ago, and I have no footage about it, unfortunately. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.